Recording?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So today we are talking about taking action. And I am actually so excited about talking about this because I realize that it's something that I've been struggling with. There's always a lot on my plate as a small business owner, but recently there's even more stuff on my plate. And it's everything from like, oh, have I applied to all these SBA loan stuff to do I even need to apply for it? What does this mean? Learning all of this stuff. And then I had this like constant anxiety of what's happening in the world that's like simmering in the background. And so what I'm realizing is that I go about my day, and then I come to the end of the day and I'm just like, I don't feel like I did enough today,
Yeah.
but I feel so mentally drained.
Yeah.
And so I was telling myself this where I was like, I just need to take action. Like, I need to stop thinking. I need to stop planning. I just need to do it. Just like Nike, just do it.
Mhm.
And so when the fact that we're talking about this today, I'm so excited. I think it's going to be so useful. And yeah, let's
Yeah.
start.
I know. And when we were talking about, kind of what do we want to talk about, what do we want to share to help people journal, right? Because journaling is such a fantastic tool to be able to get out of their own head. And I think that's one of the things when we're not taking action, typically we're overthinking, right? Like you were just saying, and then you feel drained at the end of the day. And so being able to have your journal and to be able to ask yourself the right question. And so one of the things I was like, okay, if I'm not taking action, what does it mean I'm doing? It means I'm procrastinating. And
Yeah.
so I found it so helpful just to sit down with my journal, and I literally wrote down, where am I procrastinating? And technically, this is a great question to ask yourself in, what we call the learn your language section of
Yeah.
the 4 pillars journaling section, right? The first thing I do after I write the date in my journal, I write LML for learn my language. And then today it was all about where am I procrastinating? And then honestly, I had to kind of sit and think about it because I didn't want to give superficial answers with myself. This is our opportunity to really dig deep with ourselves and really be honest, because it's kind of fun to be able to go, all right, well, let's take some inventory in my life, and where am I not taking action? Where am I holding myself back? And not that we have to know what's going on, because we don't need to go down that rabbit hole of more thinking.
Yeah.
Typically, we want to see where the stop gaps are and then put something in place. So for me, I'll share. Sharing is caring. I'll share what I came up with. And and actually what's cool is like throughout the day, I'm like, okay, Michelle, like, where are you procrastinating? Where are we not seeing something? Because a lot of times you won't even necessarily see everything,
Yeah.
at once. So,
I
but
think that's actually a really good point, is that we know that people procrastinate by like spending time on social media and watching too much television, all of these activities, but there's actually another level of procrastination which isn't as obvious.
yeah,
I think that that's what we're trying to bring awareness to, is that non-obvious way that you are actually procrastinating
yeah.
and you're not acknowledging that you're procrastinating.
Yeah, yeah. And some of the things are obvious. Like the first one I listed was more obvious because it was one of these things where every single day I had language. Oh, I wish I didn't get to that. I really wanted to do it. Oh, I didn't get to that. It's like a broken record. And so mine was I'm not fitting in. I'm studying for my hypnotherapy certification, and I haven't been fitting in that study time every day. And basically, so I'm not prioritizing it, but I'm getting stuff done during the day. Like I could be doing it. So it's not about me overthinking, why are you not doing it? What's going on? No, we just need to take some action, because once I start taking action, I feel good. And then, so for me, I wrote down not fitting in hypnotherapy. And then I kind of actually moved on to all right, what's the solution for this? And for that, for me, was I need to schedule it in on my calendar, just like appointments with clients, and I want to prioritize it in the AM, because I was also recognizing like, okay, where do I feel like my study time is going to be best? So that was the first thing. I'll just go through the 3 that I came up with, and then I want to hear yours. But the next thing was I've been procrastinating on ordering my contacts. So every morning I'd go into my bathroom and I put my contacts in and I see how many are left, and I'm like, okay, you need to order them. But you know what, so I had a story, right? We all have language, and it's like I know what the story is. it's that scarcity story of money. Because when I purchase these contacts, it's a good chunk of change because
Yeah.
they're dailies, and I get 3 months at a time. And so I kept putting it off, but yet I need them and I'm going to spend the money anyway. So I recognized, I'm like, okay, Michelle, remove this scarcity story, because really the reality is money goes out and more money comes in. Money goes out, money comes in, and we're going to track it on my spreadsheet so I know exactly what's going on. It's going to be, like, it's like we hold off on making those purchases that we have to do anyway. And
Yeah.
what we do, like, I was just creating that little bit of, like, I don't know, worry or anxiousness or just unnecessary negative energy. And then the last thing was, I'm going to be setting up a time to do like a HIIT workout online for all of my clients.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just kind of lollygagging on it. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I don't know when. I'm going to decide. And I just wasn't deciding. It
Mm-hmm.
was really just a matter of, all right, stop thinking about it and be about it. And so I'm going to be sending out an email, which I put on my to-do list. So this is my little anchor. I'm like, once it gets put on here, it's going to get done.
So that's another interesting thing, is that you like create a separate to-do list every day for every day?
I do.
Okay.
And honestly, I like things really, really simple. So this is so messy, and just like for every single day, I've just been writing, Wednesday or whatever it is. What is, yeah, Wednesday. And then
Yeah.
I make my little check boxes for what I want to get done today.
Mm-hmm.
But and then they'll do the same thing for tomorrow. But I also don't stress out if something doesn't get done today that I wanted to get done. It moves to the next day, because ultimately I know, like, the highest priority things are getting done. And I've learned over time to not, like, try to accomplish everything or expect myself to accomplish everything, and kind of just know that, like, it's okay. But at some point, I do have to recognize the procrastination. Like, if I put study hypnotherapy on my to-do list and that box doesn't get checked, and then the next day doesn't get checked.
You recognize it and you're just like, oh no.
Right. And that's where I haven't made it a priority. So I will also use, like, some tools as far as I am imagining myself actually already updating my Yelp
Mm-hmm.
and my website, showing that I am now a hypnotherapist. So
Mm-hmm.
now I'm starting to incorporate this other, visualization tool and now it's creating emotion in me, because now I'm getting excited. Like, now I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to put that down and show people that I can help them with this. So that was helping with my ending procrastination.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Love it. Okay, so I'll go with mine.
Okay.
All right, so my biggest is, and I like how ours is always sort of aligned, but my biggest one is I have been procrastinating on like updating all my budgets and
Mm-hmm.
finances and bills, because there's so much unknown right now. And what I realized was every time I would go in, I'd get sidetracked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, but what about this? And let me look up this. Let me learn about this. And then I just wouldn't do it. And it's so important, because I can't do the next thing. I can't figure out my advertising budget. I can't figure out, you know, what else, where I need to scale back, where I have the availability to keep moving forward. And so I've been really procrastinating on that, and I just kind of wrote it down, and it was the same thing where it's been on my to-do list for 3 days
Mm-hmm.
now, and I'm like, I just need to do this.
Yeah.
So it was funny enough, right before this call, I actually started, and I was like, you're just going to do it. Because at first it was like, oh, but I have this call coming up and I don't want to get interrupted. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
just do it.
Yep.
So that was definitely one of them. And then the other one is working out. It's like I want to work out every day. And I go through these periods of just like 3 days, I'll work out, do my like 20 to 30-minute workout, and it's great and it's fantastic. And then like on the fourth day, something will come up, I'll get distracted and I won't do it. And then the fifth day, I'll be annoyed at myself that I didn't do it on the fourth day, so I won't do it on the fifth day. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
just like, again, no excuses. It doesn't need to be perfect. You just need to do it. So this goes back to progress over perfection, is like, I don't need to check it off every day, as long as I'm checking it off majority of the days.
Yay.
Yes. And then my last one was meditation.
Mm,
And I've told myself that I want to meditate a little bit more in the morning. And I honestly haven't been able to do it
mhm.
for the last like week. And I think this one has to do with um, not understanding the value of it. Like I understand the value of it, but it's something that you don't necessarily see. It's something
Yeah,
that you feel. So
yeah.
it's easier to just kind of put it in the back burner.
Mhm.
But I'll go about my day and I'll feel like I'm disconnected with myself. Like usually I'm so in tune with my intuition,
Yeah,
and lately I've been feeling really disconnected. So I know it's really, really important.
yeah.
But what'll happen is that I'll wake up in the morning and then I'll like be disorganized and not have my structure in place. So then that falls off the list.
Yeah.
And so that is something that I really just want to do it. Like I just want to get
Mhm.
up, and I don't even want to create like a whole environment around it, because I think right now what I need to do is like just basically get up off of in my bed
Yeah,
and just start meditating.
absolutely. Those,
So
those are good ones. I think a lot of people are going to relate to those. Those are outstanding. I know. I did my budget. I guess, gosh, it's been a week now, and so otherwise that would have been on my list because that was on my list for a really long time, and it just felt so good to accomplish that. And there was something else I was going to say too. But now it's like maintaining the budget. Oh,
yeah,
that's what I was gonna say, because I was like, now in order to maintain whatever we're doing, like right, maybe we're setting in motion working out, setting in motion meditation, or the budget, or whatever it is, me studying. And so I'm with you. It's like I've actually made it a really cool game with myself. Like even if I just study for 5 minutes, like that's a win. Like
hmm,
I'm gonna be patting myself on the back, and we're gonna call it good, because it's setting in motion the habit of just
yeah.
showing up for that thing. So yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah, so going back to it, I think it's so important again to journal at night your wins and count these things as wins. Like I'm going to count the fact that I acknowledged these issues as
Yes.
a win, because acknowledgement is the first step,
Mhm.
right? And then when you write that down, it kind of stays with your subconscious, and the next day you're going to get better, and the next day you're going to get better.
Yep.
And in the morning, maybe setting your intention for the day
Yep.
and just saying, "Hey, this is my intention is to feel productive. My
Mhm.
intention is to feel accomplished," or whatever your intention is for the day,
Mhm.
kind of setting that in the morning with your journal and then going throughout the day. And that's going to help you take more action throughout your day instead of getting stuck in the space of overthinking, because I really think everybody's sort of stuck in a place of overthinking right now.
Yeah.
Like you go on Instagram and you're fine, and all of a sudden you get hit by some really tragic news and you're just like, oh no. And then that starts a spiral, you know? I mean,
We could talk more about that. I think we're gonna have to save so much for another day, because I was hit with some news today, girl. So we're gonna be sharing. We're gonna be sharing, and I have other ideas too. If your viewers want to watch, like I think that I would love to talk more about relationships as well,
yeah.
because I think a lot of people could use help there. But yeah, I have so much more to say, but we can save it for another time.
Yes. So, and I just want to say, if you guys are here and you're watching me and Michelle talk and you're getting something out of it, please comment. Let us know. There's like so many things that we can talk about, and we really just want to bring valuable, informative information to you.
Yep.
All right.
Cool.
Thanks.
Thanks.